Well, it turns out there's a hidden $3,100 cost when you buy a BYD vehicle here in Australia. Myself and a number of other people who have ordered the BYD Atto 3 are very seriously considering cancelling after finding out about this hidden cost, which frankly is just outrageous. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. This video is absolutely not clickbait. I'm very seriously, right this moment and right now, as many of you know, I ordered a BYD Atto 3 a long time ago. I think it was back in February around 6 months ago I ordered the car. It was meant to be here last month. Then BYD changed the delivery times. They said it would come in about, a few weeks' time. It was going to be late. It's been a few weeks, been more than a few weeks. Haven't heard anything from BYD yet. No one in Australia has got their cars yet, even though apparently they have actually arrived here in Australia. There's pictures of them arriving here. Still, though, no one has received a car yet. And also a few other things we don't know. Well, BYD Atto doesn't have mapping. So it doesn't have the ability to do CarPlay or Android Auto. And apparently the mapping on there doesn't work for Australia. So there's no GPS. There's no safety score. There's no, we're going to get the cars in like I predicted. And you guys criticized me, well, not you guys, but a lot of people heavily criticized me, said I was wrong, said I was insane, said I was crazy, said I was mad. When I said the car would not come with a safety star rating by the time the vehicles were meant to be delivered, which was in July, it didn't. Well, the vehicles didn't even get delivered, but clearly it still does not have a safety score. The warranty was originally advertised as being 7 years. It's now been reduced to 6. And we didn't actually know how much servicing the car would cost until today. We've now found out it's going to cost $3,100 to service your car over the life of the warranty, which to me seems like a bit of a joke. Why is it a joke? When you buy a Tesla vehicle, right? Do you have to pay $3,100 for servicing? No, you don't. In fact, Tesla say you don't even need to service the car at all. Now, people are saying on forums and on the Facebook BYD Atto group that one of the reasons for the high cost in servicing, the need to replace the gear reduction oil. Do EVs use oil? No, they don't. But they do have oil in a sealed compartment in the gear reduction. Does this oil really need to be changed? Actually, no, it doesn't. There's been many Teslas that have done, or specifically Model 3s and Model Ys that have done hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Tesla says you don't need to replace the oil. The reason Tesla said that is because they found that after changing the oil, it was never contaminated. It's in a completely sealed unit. The oil will last the lifetime of the car. So if some mechanic tries to tell you you need to replace the gear reduction oil, make sure you actually look up your logbook, contact your manufacturer. More than likely, 9 manufacturers out of 10 that I've looked up say you don't ever need to replace gear reduction oil, so your mechanic is taking you for a ride. If that's the reason BYD are charging $3,100 for servicing costs, only 160,000 kilometers of driving, then frankly, that is a scam. And I actually think this is a scam from BYD. Maybe not BYD themselves, it's really the distributor of BYD, or at least the partner of the distributor of BYD. And this is really what happens when you start to use the dealership model, which is what BYD are doing now in Australia. They're using a dealership model, and now these model is trying to recoup a lot of costs of setting up, of, whatever it is the case may be. You have to pay these guys $3,100 after driving the car 160,000 kilometers. And the final service at the 160,000 kilometer mark costs $661. It is completely baffling to me what that could possibly be for. Now, to put this in perspective, this 72-month service, or the 120,000 kilometer service, which for most people is going to come up after about, maybe 3 or 4 years, that's $504. The 80,000 kilometer service is $661. The 24-month service is $504. In addition to that, very irritatingly, BYD say you have to service the car after 3 months of ownership, or only 5,000 kilometers. That, to me, they say that service is free. You've got to pay for the rest of them. But frankly, I don't want to have to drop my car off for the hassle of getting it serviced after 5,000 kilometers. The whole point of EVs is you don't need to service them. That's what Tesla says. Tesla even says it on their website. Let's have a look. Tesla support car maintenance page. Tesla engineers continuously review maintenance recommendations to optimize the performance, reliability, durability, safety, and resale value of your Tesla. Unlike gasoline cars, Tesla cars require no traditional oil changes, fuel filters, spark plug replacements, or emission checks. As electric cars, even brake pad replacements are rare because regenerative braking returns energy to the battery, significantly reducing wear on brakes. Now, Tesla does recommend that you do something. They say that after every 2 years, you should replace your cabin air filter. They suggest you do a tire rotation, balance, and wheel alignment after 10,000 kilometers, or if tread depth goes below 1.5 millimeters. But that's only a suggestion. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. They also suggest that you test your brake fluid for contamination every 2 years, and that you change the air conditioning desiccant bag every 6 years. But these are all suggestions. You don't have to do any of this if you don't want to. It makes no difference to Tesla on whether or not they keep your warranty. Tesla frequently asked questions. Does my car require an annual maintenance service? Your Tesla does not require traditional annual maintenance or regular fluid changes, but maintenance is required for eligibility in selected programs such as resale value guarantee. So, Tesla say on their website, you do not need to service your car with them or anyone else in order to maintain your warranty. Why do they say this? Because their cars don't need it. Your BYD shouldn't need $3,100 worth of servicing. Yes, you should check your tires. Yes, you should replace them when they need to be replaced. That's logical. Everyone knows that. Yes, do a tire balance and rotation. It's going to save you money and wear and tear. Sure, get your brakes checked every now and again, although that's not really even necessary. You should be using regen braking as much as possible. You shouldn't really need to replace the brake pads within 5 years of car ownership of an electric car. If I choose not to service my Tesla, will this void my warranty or resale value guarantee? Tesla says your new vehicle limited warranty or used vehicle limited warranty will not be affected if recommended service is not performed. Servicing your Tesla is required only for the duration of your resale value guarantee contract. So if you want a guaranteed resale value from Tesla, then yeah, you need to service it. But most people don't even have anything to do with that guaranteed resale value contract. That's an entirely different thing that you can sign up for. Now, unlike Tesla, BYD say, or at least EV Direct say, that after your initial check of your car at 5,000 kilometers or 3 months, meaning, yeah, the hassle of driving your car in to a service center, having it checked, and then picking it up again, simply for them to have a look at a car when it's really not necessary, they say servicing should be done every 20,000 kilometers. Every 20,000 kilometers in an electric car, to me, is just massive overkill and completely unnecessary. In fact, the whole point, what I talk about on this channel, is very much to tell people, right? Electric cars are the future. You save a lot of money driving one. Here, though, what's happening is the distributor is trying to make it, basically taking away some of the advantages of having an EV by charging these incredibly high rates. I mean, having to pay $504 for your 40,000 kilometer service interval, for them to do what exactly? I don't know what they're going to do. It doesn't add up. When I went and saw Paul from BYD Drive pick up his BYD car late last year here in Australia, I spoke to my car and I said to my car, what will you guys do when you service the car? You know what he said? Just the windscreen wiper fluid and have a look at the car to make sure it looks okay. That's what he said. I don't understand why on earth you would be paying $504 for that at the 40,000 kilometer service interval. What on earth are you getting in reward for this? Now, the reason this makes me consider cancelling my order is because this is deceptive. It's deceptive, and it's clearly downright obviously deceptive. These prices are higher than many internal combustion engine servicing. Prices here in Australia, they're higher. But with an internal combustion engine, there's stuff you actually have to do. You have to replace the oil. You have to change the oil filters. There's stuff that needs to be replaced. At 40,000 kilometers in an EV, there's literally nothing you need to change. So why are they doing this? Why are they making it look like your BYD vehicle does need major parts replaced at a very, very low kilometers. I can't understand it. I'm frankly absolutely baffled. I've done about 2 hours of research now, and I can't find a single justifiable reason for these prices. I mean, then again, at 80,000 kilometers, you've got to pay $661. At 120,000, $504. When this all adds up to $3,000 coming out of your pocket, that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. So I've looked on the forum. I've seen a lot of people are considering cancelling their order as a result. It's not necessarily the money. $3,000, it's not the end of the world. It's not really that much. The point, in my view, is it's the principle of transparency and honesty. Right now, many people believe that BYD distributor here in Australia is not being transparent and is not being honest. I'm not going to go that far and say that, but it does feel that way. Emotionally, it feels that way. Now, the other thing that I'm disappointed about is that BYD has reduced the warranty in China. BYD has a lifetime warranty on their cars. Here in Australia, for some reason, the warranty was initially announced that it would be 7 years for the car and 8 years for the battery. BYD has just recently changed that from 7 years down to 6 years. And this has happened after people have entered into a contract with the company. I don't think this should be legal. I don't think it should be legal for companies to change the rules of the contract after the contract has essentially been signed, which is basically what has been done. Once you've paid a deposit for a car, I think it's unfair of companies to then change the rules or the determination of that contract. So my key question here to BYD in Australia is, why do your cars need $3,100 worth of servicing and Teslas don't need any? That's my question. Why is BYD in China so confident their cars will last for a lifetime, but you're only confident enough that the cars will last for 6 years, or at least you're only willing to back the cars now for 6 years? That's my question. Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, the servicing costs are not that bad in comparison to an internal combustion engine vehicle. You know, they're on par or a little bit more expensive. That's true, but that's not the comparison. That's not a fair comparison. We're not comparing this to a tractor. It's not a tractor. That's my point. We've got to compare apples with apples. Comparing EVs with EVs is the right way to look at this, not comparing this with a Porsche. It's not a Porsche. It doesn't have an internal combustion engine that needs massive amounts of money spent on it to maintain it over the life of ownership. We're talking about $3,100 over only 160,000 kilometers of driving. Frankly, in my opinion, that's crazy. And I understand why so many people are considering cancelling their orders. I'm considering as well, simply because I don't like the way the distributor here in Australia is operating. It just doesn't seem to be transparent. I really want to know what you guys think. I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to look at what you say. I'm considering cancelling my order. I'm sort of 50-50 here, not sure what to do. Let me know what you think I should do in the comments below, and then I'll make up my mind and post a video on what I decide to do. Now, in other news about BYD cars, the BYD Atto 3 now can come with a towing and roof rack. BYD says, we are proud to announce that our towing and roof rack products will be produced here in Australia. The Atto 3 is rated to tow 750 kilo braked and 700 kilo unbraked and offers 50 kilo rating for roof racks. So in other words, the roof racks won't carry a lot of weight. 50 kilos is a pretty small amount of weight, but the towing's not too bad, I guess. 700 kilos for towing if you want to tow, just to let you guys know in case that's something you want to do. Let me know what you think I should do in the comment section below, or send me a message, send me an email, jump on the Facebook group and give me your opinion. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.